Hi, I'm Mike from Ontario Speed 8. Before I continue, you might find that I'm distorted. Well, where my audio and the video is not in sync because I'm using software on this video after to add some still images to accompany this video. So if I'm out of sync, I'm sorry, but the important thing is to hear what I have to say and see some of the screenshots. So I went on this one site and looked up Eventbrite on it. It's one of those privacy-based websites, and you'll see it in the screenshot when it comes up. So anyways, I go on the site, check out Eventbrite, and I find these crazy things. So the first thing I find crazy is that Eventbrite has 8 ad trackers and 18 third-party cookies, which, according to that site, it's more than the average of 7 ad trackers and more than the average of 3 third-party cookies found on popular sites. And they go on to say this: websites containing advertising tracking technology load JavaScript code or small invisible images that are used to either build your advertising profile or to identify you for ad targeting on the site. These techniques are often used in addition to cookies to profile you. Blacklight, yeah, that's the name of the company I went to. Blacklight detected trackers on this page, sending data to companies involved in online advertising. Blacklight detected scripts belonging to HubSpot Inc., Facebook Inc., and Alphabet Inc. Crazy. Now we get on to about the cookies. These cookies are commonly used by advertising tracking companies to profile you based on your internet usage. Blacklight detected 18 third-party cookies on the site, on Eventbrite. Blacklight detected cookies set for Alphabet Inc., which is a parent of Google, Microsoft Corporation, and HubSpot Inc., ByteDance Limited, which is part of TikTok, Alphabet Inc., again, Impact, and Zoom Information. That's a lot of cookies. Then it also goes on to tell you that when you visit Eventbrite, it tells Facebook about it, and it tells TikTok about it. And if you go on and try to delete your settings in your browser, it still will tell TikTok about it. So I'm going to go on to explain that. The Facebook pixel is a snippet of code that sends data back to Facebook about people who visit the site and allows the site operator to later target them with ads on Facebook. A Facebook spokesperson told the markup, which is the head of this Blacklight that I'm using. So the Facebook spokesperson told the markup that the company set up this system so that a user doesn't have to be simultaneously logged into Facebook and viewing a third-party website for our business tools to function, our being Facebook. Common actions that can be tracked via Pixel including viewing a page or specific content, adding payment information, or making a purchase. The Facebook Pixel appeared in 30% of popular websites when we scanned them in September 2020. So basically, if you're going on Eventbrite, Facebook's going to know everything. So if you go buy something through Eventbrite, Facebook will know, Mark Zuckerberg will know. Basically, your information is being shared all over. Then I'll continue. When you visit this site, it tells TikTok, even if you block cookies. The TikTok pixel is a snippet of code that sends data back to TikTok about people who visit this site and allows the site operator to later target them with ads on TikTok. A user doesn't have to be simultaneously logged into TikTok and viewing a third-party website for our business tools to function. Common actions that can be tracked via Pixel include viewing a page or specific contact, adding payment info, or making a purchase. Website seems to be using TikTok Pixel advanced matching feature. Wow. Which allows the site to share data about visitors with TikTok even if users block TikTok cookies. TikTok. Wow. So TikTok is basically the same thing as Facebook, except TikTok has something else installed in it which allows it to do its work without even a cookie involved. Anybody that doesn't know what a cookie is, it's a piece of data that's stored on your computer when you browse a website, so the website can remember stuff about you. And yeah, it gets a little complicated out there. And then on the next frame, sorry again if my frames are out of order, but I don't put the frames on too long because I mean you want to see some animation in the video. Anyway, so it goes on to say this site allows Google Analytics to follow you across the internet. Wow. Anyway, so it says this site uses Google Analytics and seems to use its remarketing audiences feature that enables user tracking for targeted advertising across the internet. This feature allows the website to build custom audiences based on how a user interacts with this particular site, and then follow those users across the internet and target them with advertising on other sites using Google Ads and display in Video 360. Wow. A Google spokesperson told the markup that site operators are supposed to inform visitors when data is collected, with the feature is used to connect this browsing data with someone's real-world identity. You know, when those shoes you were looking at follow you around the internet, this is one of those trackers leading to that. Wow. So like, if you're on Eventbrite, you're looking for a specific event on Eventbrite, and then you go to some other website and you're letting Google collect data, next thing you know, you'll go on that some other website, and when they try to load ads, they'll load Eventbrite again. Hey, come back, buy some tickets. God, maybe this is why Eventbrite's not going bankrupt, because they're using all these trackers and they're throwing money at them so they can enhance the tracking. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous what Eventbrite is doing to its people. Track. And you know what? Another thing about this tracking, it causes slowdowns too. Because I did a test earlier on Eventbrite's homepage. You know how many things it was trying to load to get the homepage up? 136 different things. And at least a good quarter of them were from third-party websites. And if you don't believe me, just load your browser, and they have a thing called Web Developer Tools, which is in Chrome, Firefox. I don't think Edge has it. I think Safari does. But if you go into that, and you go under the Network Request tab, look up, just do put eventbrite.ca in the URL, you'll see all the requests going up, and a lot of them don't even match Eventbrite at all, because all these extra requests, they're basically collecting your data, whether you want it or you don't. So I have to say, I can imagine if those people already have some of the data. Not going to ask them, but yeah. So yeah, and another thing is, if you're going to let people collect your data, you might, not that I want you to do this, but I'm just saying, if you're just going to silently let people collect your data and you're not aware of it, the first sign of the collection, like I said, is super slowdown of the website. So if the website's running slower than it should be, just for like a simple couple of images to load, then you can suspect that somebody wants to collect your data and use it without your authorization. And imagine if they extend it to the credit card, like I was reading earlier. I was telling you about how Facebook will know if you go and use Eventbrite. Facebook will know everything about it. Imagine if you made a purchase and you gave your credit card information to Eventbrite. Eventbrite passes it on to Facebook, and then Facebook screws around with it. Imagine that. Then your money would be all screwed up. And then you wonder why so many people are complaining about Eventbrite. And before I get going, I'm sorry if I do show the screenshots quickly and then delete and then remove them quickly, because I just wanted to get the information out there for the people that don't want to listen to me all through this time. So, anyways, one more thing I wanted to mention is Trustpilot's getting nuts again. Because if you look on Trustpilot and you do the Eventbrite site, Trustpilot's telling you that over 5,000 reviews were posted in the last 12 months. Over 5,000 reviews. Well, for those of you that paid attention to my earlier videos, I already told you that the reviews were at around 1,800 reviews up until I believe it was May or June of 2026. Then after that, guess what? The number of reviews have skyrocketed considerably. So, Trustpilot, it's more like 5,000 reviews in the past 2 months. Maybe I'll give you 4 for the benefit of the doubt. So that's basically 1,000 and some odd reviews. So say between 1,000 and 1,500. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt and I'll say 1,000 reviews a month. Now, first of all, anybody that thinks those reviews are real, you're nuts. Because first of all, who would have the time to put out 1,000 reviews in 1 month? Especially when the economy's terrible. Like a lot of people can't be affording stuff right now because everything's gone up in price. And to put 1,000 reviews in a month, that's like, let me do the math, 30 into 1,000. So that's like 30 reviews a day. Yeah, 30, a little over 30 reviews a day. How do people have time to put 30 reviews a day? Obviously, Eventbrite is screwing around with Trustpilot. Because the Trustpilot AI bot is claiming that, oh, Eventbrite's wonderful before they get onto the negative. So, people, it's really time to stand up. Because if you people are going to start to believe all these robots, and you're going to believe that Eventbrite is such a wonderful place where everything is safe and you're going to have a good time, I'm going to wish you best of luck because I'm afraid it's just going to get a lot worse. Especially months after they've fallen off the stock market and they've been bought out by an Italian company that's trying to manage a whole bunch of failing companies as it is, by the name of Bending Spoons. So, for all you that are loving Eventbrite, I wish you best of luck. Especially one person that decided to use Eventbrite before coming to me to get a ticket from me. Like, what is this? Is this just robots buying only? I'm trying to understand. Is this what life is now? Robots are the only things buying stuff, whereas the real people can't afford $1 anymore? I don't know what's going on with this world, but people need to change. People need to do better. Because if people are going to let robots rule the world, this earth is going to become extinct. And there'll be no more people left, no more relationships. God, something was flying there. No more people, no more relationships, no more nothing. I think I better get going because I'm a little hot out here and flies are coming around. That's all I have for today. Bye-bye.